DC, they don't have inborn powers, so, but she does. She's like, cause she's from another planet. Because DC is like, well, I guess that's Superman. Superman's got powers. Batman doesn't have powers. But then all the other ones have powers, I guess, over on Marvel. Maybe that's what, I don't know. Because then there's Iron Man. He doesn't actually have powers. He just has a suit. What is up, guys? Welcome back and welcome to my end of the year roundups. This year, I'm gonna do a skincare one. Actually, this is gonna be like skincare, hair care, body care, everything that doesn't fall into like the best and worst makeup category. And I have not done that the past few years just because nothing's really blown my mind, blown my skirt up, you know? But this year I feel like I would be remiss not to mention some of these things because I kind of put a little more work into it this year, and I also had some more unique problems to solve, didn't I? We will get into all of that, but I have this big box of miscellany here. Oh, it's messy back there. I need to just do a whole clean out of this room. This is like the widest framing I've had in a long time, and you can really see my mess, but that's okay, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the best skincare, body care, miscellany, what have you, best of the best for 2021. Also, I tried some new makeup today and the Kackie blush is so hard to use. It's in this ridiculous little puff and like all the reviews were like, oh, it's so easy to use. And I like put it on and I was like, no, it's not. It's really hard. And then I spent like the rest of my makeup routine trying to fix it. So I really like my eye look today, but I'm not a fan of the blending on my cheeks. Just, you know what? That's the beauty of makeup. Bear with me today. Where should we begin? Let's start with body care. Let's do that. First couple things here. These are from Beauty Pie, and this one's almost empty, and this one's working on it. This is the Brazilian lime, fig leaves and tea body wash and body lotion. I bought these with my own monies on Beauty Pie, and that doesn't mean that they were expensive. Beauty Pie is very affordable, and they smell absolutely incredible. The description, Brazilian lime, fig leaves, and tea. It's just a really, really uncommon combo, something that I had just never laid my nose on before this, and so I liked the sound of it. And I was very pleasantly surprised. So yeah, it's just a really, really gender neutral smell. And also, you know, a body wash is a body wash. Just don't dry my skin out and smell nice. Like, you know what I mean? There's really not too much I can ask of a body wash, but I'm a bit of a body lotion queen. I burn through them usually because they just don't really go very far. This is a wild formula. And I know it's kind of weird to say that because I think that if you saw just, you know, body lotion with the scent emblazoned on the front of it, you'd be like, oh, it's about the smell. It's not so much about the formula. This is super like lightweight and not crazy thick. Like they do have a body butter that I like a lot, but I mean, this is, you know, it spreads out really, really thin really easily, but it's really wet in a nice way. Usually it would take like 10 pumps of something like, I don't know, Jergens or something, just to do my legs. And this is like, I can squirt it on my hand and it just kind of spreads everywhere really, really easily. It's a long way of saying a little goes a long way, but it's something that I hadn't really experienced with a moisturizer before, and it still be effective. A lot of times it's like a little goes a long way, but then I have to put 4 layers of it on. This is really nourishing, smells phenomenal. The scent like lingers, but only as much as I would want it to. It's not, you know, headache inducing. And I just really like this, and like when these are empty, I will buy more of them. This is a very like signature scent kind of thing. Next, and I always forget to mention this, in every Kosas video and every like favorites video and everything, I'm like, I'm going to make sure that I throw this in. This is the Kosas Chemistry deodorant, and this is the scented one. It is the, like, what do they call it? Serene Clean. This is a bottle that they sent me. Before this, I bought my own bottle of the unscented. I have noticed no difference really between the two. The scent is so light, I literally don't smell it. So I really, really love this stuff. It is so effective, and it's not an antiperspirant. It doesn't have any aluminum in it or anything like that. It is clear, it is thin, it completely disappears and dries on its own. You don't get pit stains, I don't get body odor, and This was a pursuit for a long time before I figured out that a mandelic acid is what works for me. And this is the best mandelic acid formula that I have found that's not like white and creamy. I need to talk to you guys about something called soft services. I was advertised this on Instagram, and the actual celebrity in the ad was Dylan from White Lotus. And like, I'm sorry, I can never ever like not associate him with that scene in White Lotus, but like phenomenal acting all around. Just very, very, very good. Anyway, they reached out to me a little while later. I think maybe their PR firm did. Either way, I got an email and they were like, do you want to try some soft services? And I was like, yeah, I have KP and it's aggressive. It kind of is KP that is also like back knee. And sometimes I get like back knee, neck knee, you know, and it's still really, really aggressive. I think that it is caused by my biologic injection that I have to take every month to make sure that I'm not covered in psoriasis. So I'm kind of like treating it at one end and feeding it the other. So it's not something that I'm ever probably going to be able to completely eradicate, but I wanted to try and treat it the best that I could. They sent me 3 products. I haven't even looked at their website. I don't know if these are the only 3 products that they offer, if this is a system, or if they just sent me like the best sellers, but starts with this, and I'm just gonna hold this back here because if I show it to you up close, I will get demonetized because it's gross. Somebody's gonna flag me. Somebody's gonna be like, that is disgusting. That is not suitable for children or my eyes or anything. They sent me 2 of these. 2 come in a box, but this is a bar of soap that's like a micro crystal soap, and you can hurt yourself with this thing, guys. It's got, I guess, like, you know, micro silica in it. The first time that you start kind of scrubbing it, you go, ooh, oh yeah. You know, it's kind of like a good scratchy pain where you feel it kind of scraping the tops off of everything and doing like a physical exfoliation job, which I would never do to my face, just to settle the record. But I'm very, very angry about this situation back here, and this helps me really take out my aggression. One of the main things that happens with KP is that it's itchy, and I have my nails done, or else they would be tiny, tiny like micro razor claws, and that can really get me in trouble because I will pick at everything, and when I scratch, I will like scratch it until it's, you know, raw. Now, that does mean that the other side of the coin is I don't have very effective scritchers. Man, this is an effective scritcher. You could scritch anything on your body with this. I use it on my ingrown hairs on my thighs. Amazing, and it just does a really, really good job. But like when I used the first time I used it, I hurt myself, you know, like I kind of went in too hard. The main thing with this is to be gentle, at least in my experience, and to make sure that the bar stays really wet, because it can just become a big block of sandpaper. Reminds me of Apollo 13 where they like have to sand off the top like 3 layers of their skin to like put the little sticker things on there so they can like, either way, that's what I thought of immediately, but like, it's not hacking around. The next thing is the smoothing solution. This is a calming gel exfoliant, and it has 10% lactic acid. I don't even know how they got away with that. And 5% urea, which is not a chemical that I was familiar with prior to this. It says use on clean, dry skin before moisturizer. Apply a thin layer on areas of the body that are uneven in texture or color. For best results, use daily and protect skin from sun exposure. Good for KP, crepey skin, areas prone to ingrown hair, discoloration of elbows, knees, and underarms, gentle exfoliation of neck and chest. It's just a clear gel, and I like that it's obviously packaged for use on the body because it's not in some precious little container like that's a jumbo bottle, you know? And I think that one of the things that I really appreciate about this entire set that they sent me, a lot of times these kind of systems, there'll be like one product that does the thing and then the rest of it is just kind of like support for it. Like Mother Dirt, you know, there's like the AO Plus Mist and then everything else is like biome friendly. It's just soap, and not even very good soap, but it's expensive soap. All of these does something. Like if I used one of them, it would still do something. Now this, if you have properly scraped off the first 4 layers of your skin with that soap bar, this hurts a lot when you put it on. But if you kind of, you know, do have a reasonable amount of chill and you have just used it the way that it's intended to be used, this doesn't really hurt. Just like don't open your skin, you know? But it only hurts for a second. It's a treatment. It is definitely effective, and those AHAs, like you can feel them. Then this is the Carria cream or Carria cream daily toning lotion. It's 10% urea. It says use on clean, dry skin daily, spread all over for fast absorbing hydration and layer more as needed. The thing about these is they form occlusive layers. And not in an oily way, but in this like gel way, that when you get done with either one of these, and I use both, I use all three at the same time basically, like your skin kind of has this like funky rubbery feel, but it's because the medicine needs to stay there. When you treat your face with something, your face doesn't then like, you don't put clothes right on your face usually, unless you sleep with a pillow on your face like I do, but most people don't do that. But like your body, your back, your arms, your neck, like ostensibly at some point, all humans have to lie down and sleep somewhere. And that's going to either rub against clothes or sheets or what have you, and it's gonna probably rub the medicine off. The weird funky consistency of these and the funky occlusive layer that it leaves on your skin makes it so that the medicine sticks. At least in my experience. I wake up and I still notice it on my skin, which is more than I can say for just like AHA tonics and other treatments like that. You know, I had tried putting like retinol all over my body, but my clothes would just wipe it back off. They solved for that with this. So while I cannot tell you that like my KP is gone forever, because I do believe I have a particularly aggressive case of it because I have to stay on this medicine that I think is causing it, this has made a huge difference, especially in my proclivity towards picking. I pick a lot less because I know that I am already treating it. It doesn't feel like it's out of control anymore. So I wanted to thank them for sending this, but also if you are a KP afflicted human like I am, and even just one of these products could make a big difference for you. So this one doesn't hurt either. Like this one only hurts if you make it hurt. This one kind of hurts because it's super, super active. It's like the treatment. And then this is just a really nice lotion. But it does have the active ingredient in it. Like it has urea in it. All right, and finally on body care, I think this is the last thing on body care. Iconolab, my favorite face oil, has come out with a body oil. I love their face oil because it's just like really nourishing and smooth and makes me look youthful and everything. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but the body oil is a little bit different. It is lighter weight. It's kind of like a dry oil, which is what I would want on my body. I think that that's why I don't wear a lot of oils after I get done putting moisturizers on and stuff like that, is because I don't like the feeling of being kind of a grease monkey, you know, leaving a trail of slime on every doorknob. Like, I love that that just kind of goes away. That's been my favorite thing about it. It's like if I'm going to bed and my skin, like especially if it's like if I haven't showered that day for some reason, I still feel like I want to moisturize and I'll feel kind of itchy before I go to bed. Like my skin just starts drying out. This is so nice, and it's like not all over the sheets because it's not sitting on top of my skin. It soaks in really quickly. The only thing is it does have a little bit of a smell to it, and it's very, very earthy, kind of a little hippie, you know, smelling, but I don't feel like it lingers. It's like a very earthy, minerally kind of smell, but it's not, I don't feel like it's a fragrance properly. Like the hand sanitizer, I can't use the hand sanitizer from Iconolab because it smells so strongly of cedar, and cedar and I just don't get along. It's a personal thing. It's not patchouli, you know, it's not Nag Champa or anything like that. It's just kind of like mineral smelling. So yeah, I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, maybe check the website. She probably does a better job of describing it, but I've just really, really loved this formula, and the smell doesn't offend me enough that I don't want to use it. And it makes my skin feel so soft. Okay, let's move in to my face care. Now, this is not gonna be my entire skincare routine. These are the things that I think are just the stars. Like the things that have risen to the top of all the stuff that I've tried this year. So, oh, you guys know I did a sponsored video, October, with Dermstore, and I had never really given Dermstore enough time of my day before, and once I was bitten by the bug, I kind of never was able to go back, and now I'm re-upping on this as soon as I'm done with it. So this is the Allies of Skin Multi-Acids and Retinoid Brightening Sleeping Facial. I have not had a good retinol treatment in a long time. I have this sorry tale that I relay every time I talk about retinol, and it has to do with the fact that there was a custom mixed retinol cream that I used to get at my dermatologist's office, and then they had to white label it, and then they were dragging their feet on it, and then I moved. And I don't know how to get it anymore. But when I tried this, because it was the first Allies of Skin product I had ever used, like tried, and I just, you know, it was sort of on a whim. I was like, I'll try it for this video. Oh my God, it's so good. I went from using it the way that they say, which is like, you know, 3 nights in a row and I guess give your skin a break. I just use it every night. It's gentle enough to do that. It has 7% AHA, BHA, 1% retinoid complex, 7 brighteners, and 5 antioxidants. So it's got stuff that's like counterbalancing maybe the stress that retinoid or something, the AHAs might put on my skin. I never experienced, did not even experience in the beginning any kind of irritation. I might have had like a modicum of peeling in the very beginning, which is what tends to happen when you start back onto a retinoid, but never, never, never any kind of irritation or over drying or anything like that. So I did work myself up with this, but I didn't experience anything like I did with, you know, for example, I tried Muesli. Muesli is so aggressive. It is not a long-term solution. It is a nuclear option as far as I'm concerned. It really broke my skin out and caused a lot of irritation. Yes, it got rid of a lot of pigmentation, but it's just not something that I really want to use very often. I couldn't use it more than like 2 days in a row. And my skin is tough, like it's tough. And I was using really, really like strong things to try, or, you know, nourishing things to try and counterbalance it. And it was just the nuclear option. So I'm happy to have something gentle that I can use every single day that my skin seems to really enjoy. And if you're not gonna just get it on, I think Dermstore might do subscriptions, but so does Allies of Skin. And they will give you 30% off for subscribing. So they raised their prices by a couple bucks, and they explained it all on their Instagram because of supply chain issues, and they were super transparent about it. And everything's, you know, a couple bucks, or like, I think the most like $4 more or something. But if you subscribe, like if you know that you love a product and you're gonna, you know, get a new one every 3 months or something, they'll knock 30% off of it, which is, you know, incredible. So also Dermstore, I found if you want to do slow shipping, and slow shipping being like, you know, normal shipping, not like expedited, then they'll knock 15% off your next order. So you can just do that every time and get 15% off of every single order, I think. I think that there are like brands that are exempt from it because, you know, they've just said that they were going to be, but it's totally like worth looking into. Anyway, this has been incredible. It is such a good retinol complex to use every night for me. Oh, I mean, what is this video if I don't talk about this? This is, I think, the 4th or 5th one of these that I've been through this year. This is the Beauty Elixir from Caudalie. It's everything. It's skincare, it's self-care, because it's just this really beautiful kind of like minty, cooling spritz on your skin, and it just kind of takes you out of the situation wherever you are for just a second. You just kind of escape. It's phenomenal. It is truly a breath of fresh air in a bottle, and my skin is happier for it. It is like my tonic, you know. As soon as I get done washing my face, this is the first thing that I put on morning and night, and I feel like it wakes me up, but it also is super nourishing and has like really, really good ingredients in it. So yeah, I mean, I'm putting them in everyone's stockings. I have more of these waiting in the wings for when this is empty, and anytime I see them on sale, which by the way, one of my viewers just told me they're at Costco right now, and it's like a very good price. I don't remember exactly what the price is, but it's a very good price, and you can get this at Costco at the moment. So I don't have a Costco membership, but my mom does. I'm like, ma'am. So yeah, can't say enough about this, and get while the getting's good at Costco. Oh, this went from the nuclear option to an absolute every single day mainstay. This is the SkinCeuticals Triple Lipid Restore 242 Anti-Aging Lipid Replenishment Treatment, 2% ceramides, 4% cholesterol, and 2% fatty acids. $130. And worth every penny, oh my God. It was Charlotte Barler who got me hooked on this. She was like, look, there's no duping this. If there was any way to dupe this, I would tell you how to dupe it, but I pay my own 130 US doll hairs for this every single time because it's that good. And it just is. If you got dry skin, and especially during the winter time, you don't have dry skin anymore. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I have aggressively dry skin, like desperately, desperately dry skin. And this makes it like it never even happened. I wake up in the morning and my skin acts like it's summertime. It acts like it's just happy as a clam to be on the planet. It's just very, very nourished and hydrated and balanced. And it's phenomenal stuff. It's really, 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 really good. This is my second tub of it. The first one I got on the Derm Store deal, and the second one I bought full price with my own money because it's that good. So yeah, I am super, super impressed with this. It's absolutely, if you are a dry skin person and you cannot find the right combo for you, just save yourself the trouble, save yourself the money of like, you know, putting 3 products on in the evening. Splurge on the SkinCeuticals. It makes all the difference in the world. And it doesn't, lavender. If you're sensitive to lavender, don't do it, but it does have a vague lavender scent. So yeah, but it's just beyond. I don't think I'll ever use anything other than this, at least in the winter. Yeah, it is a savior. I don't. It's so poorly blended. Oh my God. But like, there was no helping it, you know? Anyway, all right. Last on the like daily skincare, but not least at all. Again, this is the Iconolab. I'm working my way through it. This is a very like tiny little company owned by my now friend Tanya Gold. But I mean, you know, we started out with me trying the product. We just have happened to become friends over the years of me using this and us doing like giveaways together and stuff like that. This is the best face oil ever. It's expensive. I'm pretty sure she does like a sample version of it and you can get 20% off of it. I have a code down below. I think she changes it every year. I think right now it's just Kackie 20, but double check me on that. Anyway, yeah, it's the Iconolab Renewal Face Oil. It's made in like tiny, tiny batches in California and it makes my skin look younger. It is the ultimate last step. Even after I use my SkinCeuticals, it is the crowning moment, the icing on the cake of my moisture cocoon, again, to quote Miss Ingrid Nilsson. So it is a dry skin savior, but I use this all year. It's like a very balancing oil, but it does make you glow. It's so gorgeous. My skin just drinks it up. It's got a lot of like rosy things in it, but I don't think it even has a smell. Oh, it actually smells like rose. Yeah, in like a really, really beautiful way. So I think that actually kind of adds to the experience. But yeah, I mean, this is probably my 10th bottle of it. I live by this stuff. Moving into not necessarily nightly things that I use, but things that I use quite frequently. It would not be a skincare best of the best if I didn't mention the Thrive Causemetics Overnight Sensation Brightening Sleep Mask. So when you've used too many actives, you tried too many products kind of in a row and stuff didn't work out and like your skin's kind of dehydrated or freaking out or imbalanced or whatever, especially if you're prone to dry skin, there are certain things that I highly recommend to like repair your skin and like bring it back to equilibrium. I'm not any kind of expert, but I have experienced that many times in the past. And if you don't want to spend the $130 on the SkinCeuticals 242 cream, this is a fantastic option. It's not like if you've really done, you know what I mean? If you've really done a little bit of damage, it's gonna probably take like 3 nights for you to like be back to normal. But for me, if I've like picked, for example, sometimes I do, I will put this on and by morning, truly by morning, my skin will be like back to behaving. It'll be like, all is forgiven. Because it's got so many phenomenal active ingredients in it. It's got like licorice root extract, it's got antioxidants, vitamin C, and it's just an absolutely miraculous little mask. It's so, 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 so good. I love it so very, very much. So yeah, again, this was their first skincare product and their skincare has been a little bit hit or miss for me. I feel like it's more for combo skin than it is for like ultra dry skin like mine. So this is still their marquee skincare product in my opinion. This is for everybody. And last on skincare here, actually second to last, I wanna talk about sunscreen too. Is this is the Tower 28 Daily Rescue Facial Spray. It's mainly just a hypochlorous acid spray, which can be found elsewhere. It is a pH balancing spray. This is just the one that I like, and it helps so much with irritation. Again, if I've picked, or if my skin is just feeling any kind of irritation or whatever, it's just a really nice refreshing spray that does do a good job of balancing the pH and also reducing any kind of redness, or inflammation or anything like that. It's basically predominantly meant for like eczema and things like that. So, and it's wonderfully uncomplaining on the skin. It actually kind of will set your makeup in a nice way. You know, it's not gonna dry your skin out, it's not gonna make your skin oily. It's just going to go on, do its job, and then you'll forget about it, which is kind of what I want from something like this. Okay. I didn't have this in the box because I literally just used it. I am usually not very loyal to any SPF. You know, if I've got one around, I'll use it. Some I like more than others. They all have different finishes. They all have different, whether they're mineral or chemical or what have you, and my skin has different opinions on them. I do prefer a mineral SPF because my skin seems to, a chemical SPF I will wear if I'm going to an event or something like outside because it just is more long wearing in terms of its efficacy and I don't have to reapply it, like, and I'm not gonna get as much of a sunburn. Sometimes I'll wear both, but day to day, it's a mineral sunscreen and I've just been having a really, really hard time kind of trying to find a mineral sunscreen that I love. This is the one. This is the truth, fam. And a lot of people have been like, hey, try this, hey, try this, hey, try this. If you like the Tula, try this. I really don't see any reason to try anything else right now because this works so well. It blurs on my skin. It's a gorgeous golden color, which I didn't really do a good job showing you guys last time, but like that really blends into a lot more skin tones without leaving a white cast than, you know, a lot of mineral sunscreens that are white or even blue. And it is 3.6% titanium dioxide and 2.34% zinc oxide. It's an SPF 30. This is the best daily sunscreen that I have found. It's so pretty, and the whole thing with Tula is that it's got the probiotics. Probiotics and superfoods, but mainly for me, my skin just really likes probiotics. It balances my skin out, it makes it break out less. It's just healthy skincare that also happens to be my SPF, and it's beautiful. Even if I wear it by itself, it gives me like a teeny tiny bit of like blurred, glowy coverage. Huge fan, and I will definitely be like repurchasing this in lieu of just trying new stuff all the time, which kind of says a lot coming from me. Okay, I have a few more things. Let's talk about hair real quick, and then we will talk about fragrance. I used to be a hairstylist, so my hair game, first of all, my hair game is never really a game on my channel. I feel like I just always have my hair tied back. I like it that way. It's easier to see my face. My hair down just looks, I don't know. I haven't liked my haircut in a long time because I've been doing it myself since the pandemic started, but either way, I do still like to take care of my hair. And one thing that really, really helps is this. I've been working my way through one bottle of this for so long and it's finally almost gone. I've had this for years. This is the Olaplex number 6 and I've really started using this more than I did before when I gave myself my last haircut and all the blonde was gone. I finally cut all the old highlights out, and what this does is it makes my hair able to air dry without frizzing, which is a revelation. I used to blow dry my hair every single day, and now it's like, I think it might also be because I moved to the Northeast and it's just drier here, but I put this, I like a lot more of it than I used to. I used to only put it on my ends just to comb it out, but now I don't put conditioner in my hair. I just get out of the shower and put this on my hair. And when it, you know, when I do that, detangles it and everything, it comes through, it also smells deliciously of oranges. And I tie my hair back a lot of times kind of in a bun, but even when I let it down, it's smooth, it's straight, but it's not like goopy and greasy. I'm sure some people think my hair is goopy and greasy, but it's mostly hairspray, which I'll explain in a second. You know, I wash my hair usually every day, and it makes it so that my hair really like, because it's pretty naturally wavy and it will get really crazy, especially kind of around my face. And a smoothing silicone treatment like this that does rinse clean in the shower is a total game changer, and it's made it so that I don't have to heat style my hair anymore, which is amazing. The other thing is this. I will ride or die for this product. This is the Kenra Volume Spray Super Hold 25. I've been using this since like day one when I was a hairstylist. It's like the ultimate finishing spray, especially for like updos and stuff like that. Granted, some people just have really heavy hair, and you know, you can't rely on any hairspray to defy gravity. With mine though, it's so fine. I could use this to defy gravity with my hair, but what I've really been using it for is The regrowth since I quit breastfeeding, because I quit breastfeeding and I lost all the hair around my face and it's growing back in and it's being so annoying. It's like the only part of my hair that still curls, especially because like around the time of like PMS or anything like that, I just like hot flash for like 4 nights in a row, you know, going up to my period. It makes me like sweat all around my face. So like all of this hair, which was never the problem to begin with, is fine, and then these are just like blah in the morning, and I like don't want to constantly be like flat ironing them or whatever, because then they're never gonna grow back in. So I just sort of dampen them and put them back down, and then as like they're pretty much dry, I will hit them with this and smooth them back out. And my hair has a very hard time arguing with something like this. It is humidity proof, it works wet, it works dry, it works in lieu of heat styling. Like I can just spray this down and like smooth my hair back and my hair's like, okay. It just kind of complies. So this is my nuclear option. This is my brute force. You know, I don't have to use it on my whole head, but I am the queen, as many people know who have had babies. You become kind of the queen slash king slash whomever of flyaways at that point, because you'll lose a lot of hair most of the time, and then as it grows back in, it is never easy to manage. So just having something that will freeze it down is so excellent. Okay, and I'm going to apologize in advance for this, but this is kind of a bad news, good news thing. My fragrance that I have been wearing the most this year, and this was sent to me. I do not necessarily endorse spending this much money on a perfume, but I have a small silver lining. Anyway, did I expect to love this? No. This is the 80th anniversary of Wonder Woman special edition fragrance by House of Sillage. House of Sillage does these really beautifully balanced fragrances. I find them to be very unoffensive, very wearable, very like crowd pleasing. And that's kind of like what I like in a fragrance. Why I tend to mix a lot of fragrances together is because I just like, I like a lot of different moods just all balanced together. I don't want to smell like oak in, you know, in your face or something. This is so, it's just so good. It is such a happy smell, but it's also mature. It's like fruity and jasmine right on the nose, and then as it, you know, gets into sort of the mid notes and everything, like it goes to vanilla. And it's so sophisticated, but it's still a little bit like bright and young. It's wonderful. I like it so much. It's kind of season agnostic too, because it has a little bit of depth to it, but it's also kind of like I said, bright and daytimey. It's wonderful. It's so expensive, but it's so good. Oh my gosh. Like if you could just go smell it in person somewhere, I would highly recommend it. The other thing that, you know, makes this worth it to luxury fragrance collectors is like, you know, the hand set Swarovski crystals and everything. Like, it looks amazing sitting on your vanity. It comes with a little polishing cloth that I, you know, need to use, but it's absolutely gorgeous just like sitting there. I have 3 of them now. I have the green one, I have the black one, and I have this one. And I wear all of them. I love all of them. My husband really likes Whispers of Seduction, like the black bottle, and it's more kind of like nighttime moody vanilla. And I have a lot of fragrances. I do like all of them. They're not all this expensive, but I really enjoy this. And for someone who is like not even like a Marvel person, I was just shocked that it was the Wonder Woman fragrance that truly knocked my socks off. Then they sent me the candle, and it's it's $60. It's not, you know, it's compared to a $380 perfume, that's pretty affordable. And I actually am so angry at how good this candle smells. Like I light it and I'm just like, oh God, that smells so good. You're gonna make me buy a $60 candle, aren't you? Oh my God. It smells so good. And it's a really high quality fragrance. It makes the whole room smell just blissful. And I hate them for it. It makes me angry, but it's so, oh, Wonder Woman's not Marvel, she's DC. It says it right there. Everybody's screaming at the screen. I clearly know absolutely nothing about anything. DC, they don't have inborn powers, so, but she does. She's like, because she's from another planet. Because DC is like, well, I guess that's Superman. Superman's got powers. Batman doesn't have powers. But then all the other ones have powers, I guess, over on Marvel. Maybe that's what, I don't know. Because then there's Iron Man. He doesn't actually have powers. He just has a suit. So anyway, DC. I truly, truly love these and I wear them all the time. And I just had to mention it because it's really nice, and there might be like 1% of you out there who like that's a normal amount of money to spend on something, and for everybody else, just ignore me. And the other candle that I have to talk about, like I talked about California Christmas. I like California Christmas from the new Savant, but this is the usual and it just came out and it is one of their core collection candles, which means that it's gonna be around. You know what I mean? It's not seasonal. I'm so glad that it's going to be around. Because, okay, so when it's not lit, you can still smell it when it's not lit. When it's not lit, it smells like freshly brewing coffee. When you light it, it smells like a barista making you a mocha. Because you get this like gorgeous, authentic cocoa powder smell. And I like had it going the first night that I bought it. And every time I left the room and came back and I was like, oh my God, it smells so good. Oh my God, it smells so good. Oh my God, it smells so good. And it was just this like super, super authentic smell of cocoa. And I like went to blow it out and it was already out. And I said, Mike, you blow my candle out? And he's like, yeah, it was making me mad. And I was like, what do you mean it was making you mad? He goes, it made me think there were brownies and there are no brownies, so I blew it out. And I mean, is there any higher compliment than that? It is that authentic. It's not giving you like Yankee Candle, like here's an abstract mood that like you might be thinking about brownies or whatever. It's like, no dude, it smells like, to me, it smells like the authentic like ingredients of if you were making brownies from scratch, or it does have coffee to it. I should read the notes. It says sweet and familiar and welcoming. I love that Ingrid focuses on a feeling of things. You know, it's like, I want this to feel familiar and welcoming. Like, how do you get something that's familiar for everybody? Everybody has a different life. Everybody has a different familiar, but this is familiar. I think everybody has a memory tied to the smell of coffee and the smell of like cocoa. So it's cocoa, sorry, that's the other language, cocoa powder, pistachio, black coffee, vanilla bean, and suede oak. I don't find there to be any kind of like offensively deep woody notes in this. It is such a pure and authentic like mocha smell that smells like the ingredients of a mocha that are being ground fresh at the barista counter, basically. It's out of this world. It's so good. So good. Good job, New Savant. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, yeah, these are the things that have really stood out to me either over the year or like, you know, become the things that I have loved the most and really wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys found this valuable. The next video will be my 2021 beauty regrets, which is always a fun one. And then the one after that will be my best of the best in every category for 2021. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.